You are now listening to the Beats, Brews, and Life podcast.
Beats, Brews, and Life.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Beats, Brews, and Life podcast. I go by the name Maurice Daniel. I am kicking it with my brother in beer, Bernard.
We are back.
We are back like we stole something, like we left something.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to get back with the world being on fire.
The world is still on fire.
We here.
Yes. And today we are kicking it with DopeNorTeria.
Hey, what's good? What's up? I'm DopeNorTeria on the bacteria, and together we are DopeNorTeria. Or you call us DNT for short. Yeah. So it's
Hell yeah,
easy.
I love it, man. First of all, I mean, usually we wait for this type of stuff.
Right.
Where did the name come from? We gotta know. Where's the name? Where did the name come from?
So pretty much, y'all probably know him as DJ Leachy, but back in the day he's going by C Nor. We met him in college, and we all formed like a beat group, I guess, trio. And we just needed a name, so my name is DopeNorTeria on IG. His is the bacteria, and then Chaz was C Nor. So we just combining all the names.
I love it. Yeah.
So
Hell
it just make it like a weird. Yeah, I don't know how we put those letters together, but it worked.
I mean, I love it though. The DNT, I like the imagery of it and everything. It's dope.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I mean, we have you here. We typically drink beer. It's kind of like just a thing that him and I do. I feel kind of like beer nerds. Y'all want to crack open a cold one?
Let's go.
B, how you feel? What you think we should do, man?
Let's start with the purple can.
This Cowabunga.
We're gonna call it the perp.
We're gonna pour up this perp real quick. All right, so this is a brew from a new brewery called the Brewing Projekt. JEKT. That's okay. The Brewing Projekt. I'm not mad. They're taking liberty with spelling, and that's totally fine. Like, we support that, right? We support that. So this is a Goza style ale with pineapple, sea salt, a tea blend of hibiscus, blackcurrant, apple, blueberry, orange, and mango. I like that. Sounds fire.
Yeah.
Yes. And the beer name is Cowabunga, and it's got really cool art. It's got a turtle that kind of looks like. Who was the orange one? Who was the orange one?
That turtle look like Master Roshi to me.
He's got the orange bands on though. Like who was the orange turtle? Who was the orange ninja turtle? Raphael, Michelangelo. Yeah, so Michelangelo. He's looking like Michelangelo. Right?
Young Mike.
Yo, I was a whole entire Ninja Turtle stan. My mother had to take my tape away from me, bro. Like, it was aggressive. I know that like. Once you start memorizing, like I had like the first movie on tape, VHS. This is how you know I'm old, right?
Yeah, we had it too. So.
I just watched that the other day. It's on Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Man, it's so good. Like, they were cursing and everything in that movie.
For real?
Yeah.
Nah, so you know, like the moment that I started like memorizing every word of the tape, my mother was like, "That's enough. Give me that. You won't be playing that anymore." I don't know where that tape's at now. Like I have no idea. She took it from me.
Somewhere in the vault. Dang.
Yeah. But this sounds like some fire though. I'm kind of interested. Could you pass that down to the homies?
That is one of the best Gozas I've had in a while.
That's promising. If B says so, then it has to be a fact because B's my beer sensei, man. Anything he says goes, man. We just gonna trust that.
So a little left in the can. We gotta save something for the homie.
Save something for the homie off camera. Gentlemen, can I get a cheers?
Hey. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh wow! Taste the pineapple right off.
Yeah.
Dang. That's amazing.
Oh, I love it.
It's amazing.
Did we just? Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Hell yeah. That's what I like, man. That's a good reaction. I like that, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Should we drink the whole thing or just kind of?
I mean, drink the whole thing, bro. Okay, yeah, drink the whole thing.
Even before I like sipped it, it just hit me in the nose. It was perfect.
I love it, bro. I love it. So you guys are traditionally not exactly what we would call beer guys.
Yeah. We're not too fond of the community, but like I said, we started. We just drink like Blue Moon and Angry Orchard. So like
we're gonna turn you guys into beer nerds, yo.
I had an API. Is that like frowned upon in the beer community? APIs?
What's it? I don't even know what an API is.
IPA.
Oh, yeah, no. IPAs are. I mean, like I feel like IPAs are probably the most popular style of beer in craft beer.
Okay.
Not for me personally, but like that's like kind of like people love IPAs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all tried it. It was cool.
Either way, man.
Up there?
This is what we're gonna do, man. Like the next time that there's like a bottle share or some shit, we're gonna invite you guys.
Yeah.
It's
No,
gonna be
yeah, we
it's gonna be a
down.
different type of lit, bro.
Just
Different
take
type of
a
lit.
Uber back to the house.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
that's good.
When we throw shares, like we recommend taking.
Yeah,
it.
don't drive.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We get to them.
Like so basically, like the way a bottle share goes down, like these little pours that we just poured, like
Yeah.
it's not enough to get you drunk, right?
Right.
That's usually how we do it. You come to a bottle share, and they'll, like literally everybody will bring like a couple of their own bottles.
Yeah.
There'll be like hundreds of bottles on the table, and you'll just take little pours like this until you can't see straight.
Oh, it's like a beer potluck.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a beer
Yeah,
potluck.
gotcha.
Exactly.
That's
That's
perfect.
exactly.
Exactly what it is.
That's all.
yeah.
Word B. So like, can you tell us a little bit about this beer? Is there any like free game you could give us for this beer? Would you
Yeah.
pair this with anything? Or-
I mean, I could. Like, I mean, you know me. I pair anything with anything.
yeah. What would you do with this?
Nah, but man, this shit is fire. I don't know much about this brewery yet because they're so brand new to me. But as far as like pairing something with it, like you could do lighter foods. Lighter foods would be great. It's so much going on in this can though, to where like you
Like-
could like
It's so much that maybe like you wouldn't even pair it with something. Maybe you'd make something out of it to pair it
No.
with something. Maybe or
no, like I would like
That makes sense.
Like, I mean, you can always go with the basics, fishes and salads and stuff like that. But like, let's say you do like, you know, it'd be fire with this, like, fucking ceviche.
hell yeah, it
Like,
would be fire.
yeah,
Let's fuck
you-
with this.
like,
Now that you said, it. Like, yeah,
you know, like with the chips, you just like use ceviche with the chips, man, and just drinking this, like that should be tight.
we need to make that happen this summer, bro.
Just
you need
sit
to get more of
right.
this,
You see, and
we
I was
need
just
make
about
that
to
happen.
say, like,
Yeah.
just on the back porch, it's hot as fuck outside, and it's like,
now, you said it, and now I want it, bro. Like it's not. Now we have to make that happen,
it to
bro.
light.
Yeah, we got to make that
especially
happen.
with all those different flavors in there. Like I just made tacos the other day with mango habanero
Hell
pineapple salsa. So like
That sounds amazing.
half of that shit is in there.
So that sounds like a whole entire wave of that. I would really, really love when we get back to not social distancing.
Right.
It's
Right.
not so weird, right?
right.
I still want to do this anyway, B. Like we need to make this happen in the very near future.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'd venture to say that this was a successful first pour.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
successful first pour. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna play a 20-minute beat set. For those who know and follow the show, we typically play music from homies that we know, people who have been awesome enough to send music into the show, and people who we've met in our travels. We do accept beat submissions, so if you are listening or watching and you want to shoot your music into the show, you can do so at beatsbrewsandlife@gmail.com. All one word. All one word. I'm not tipsy.
No,
I'm
you
not
good. I know the beer coming out.
Yeah.
Start burping and stuff.
beatsbrewsandlife@gmail.com, all one word. Word of advice, please label your beats. Please send us your name. Please give us all of your social media information. We would definitely like to spread your wave and make sure that our people can follow you. So get those beats submitted in. Y'all keep it locked. This is Beats, Brews, and Life. Peace, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Beats, Brews, and Life podcast. I am still your host, Maurice Daniel. I am still kicking it with my homie Bernard, who is already pouring up. I appreciate you,
Round
sir.
two.
I appreciate you for doing that, sir. What in God's name are we drinking, good brother? That looks beautiful, yo.
Stick.
So right here we have the Creature Comforts Concurrence Batch 2. They released this back in 2019. This is a whiskey barrel-aged stout with coffee and cinnamon added, coming in at 12.1%.
That's a big boy. That's a big body. That's a big body beer.
Like you gave me a little extra, but it's all good.
Would you mind pouring me up, good sir?
I got you.
See, this beer here, right? Like, these are the styles of beer that, like, made me kind of like a beer geek in the first place.
Yeah.
This is, like, some of my favorite shit in life. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see.
This is like jazz in a glass.
I feel it. You said jazz in a glass.
Jazz in a glass, man. Yes.
That's a good name.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Yes, sir.
Big body. Cinnamon right off the
Oh wow.
I love that. It's not as carbonated as it's not that carbonated.
I mean, sometimes when you age beers, it can lose carbonation if it hasn't been aged properly, or just some beers lose carbonation over time.
It's still goddamn great. I'm really not mad at this, man. I'm happy about this. This is a good pour.
So you said it was coffee beans in this too?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could taste it for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would like coffee in actual beer, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's a good mix though.
Yeah, man. Like, this is
rejuvenated.
yeah, like I said, this is that, like, slow you down. Like,
Yeah.
you can't rush the process. You can't rush through this. Like, this is not something that you're gonna be like double. You're not gonna be taking shots and playing beer pong with this, right?
Now I see what you're saying. It's like,
Nah.
That's why I was like earlier when we was talking, I was like, I can't drink that by myself. Like,
It's a yo. That's
750 milliliters
Yeah.
of that alone. That's a lot.
It's like a beautiful kind of like social component to like
Right,
bottles
yeah.
of beer like that, right?
Yeah,
So if ever, you know, and who knows, we don't know what'll happen after this, but like if there's ever a situation where y'all like come through to the studio and we're all vibing, like we're gonna pour this up, but like we're not gonna get wasted though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
understand.
we're not gonna
Yeah.
get- like yeah, word. So pleasure to have you gentlemen on the show for real, man.
Thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We've been following you for a minute. This is definitely an interview that we definitely wanted to take place. So it's a pleasure to have you two here. So for those who may not know, where are you guys from?
So we are from the South Side, Clayco to be exact, Hampton, Georgia, Lovejoy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we was born in Southern Regional, that's like in Riverdale area.
Yeah.
And then we grew up in Lovejoy, so
So born and raised Georgia.
yeah, Georgia.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. It's you know, I feel like the craziest thing about living in Atlanta is like running into like a ton of people who are not from Atlanta, or
Right.
like from the area, right? So it's always dope to run into people who are actually from Atlanta.
Yeah.
How does Atlanta find its way into your sound? Like how has Atlanta influenced you? Like what do you think are some of the most representative of Atlanta like aspects that like find its way into what you do? Right.
I mean, I would say like, you know, so we did grow up on like, I guess the outskirts of Atlanta. So, and then we didn't really get into like the culture until like college really. So, and once we started to get into Atlanta, we saw how like diverse it was, and kind of how you were saying, like it was a lot of outsources of like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a melting pot. Atlanta
yeah.
is a melting
So
pot.
it was kind of hard to kind of figure out like what is actually Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we came to know the place of Atlanta. So, but for us, you know, it was mainly like artists like Ludacris. You know, that was definitely like a good person to kind of look up to. But it was mainly like outsourced things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for instance, like Kanye, Pharrell, stuff like that. So that's kind of the people that kind of formed our sound.
Right. So
So-
it's not just like Atlanta that finds
Yeah.
itself on you. It's like the whole entirety of like hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when we start doing music, we wasn't in like the Atlanta scene yet.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
And I can say I definitely relate. Like I don't feel like where I'm from. I'm from the DMV area. And
Yeah.
like growing up in the DMV area, like the only thing we really had that was like ours was like go-go. And
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
Go-Go is crazy.
yeah, and I can't. Yeah, and then like so for me, I'm from a place that's like I'm from the outskirts as well, so it's equidistant from Baltimore and equidistant from DC. So
Okay.
it's the same amount of time to both places.
Gotcha.
I'm like an hour away. So like I grew up with Baltimore Club, and then I grew up with Go-Go as well.
Yeah.
So like we didn't have anything to like hip hop wise to like really like have
Yeah.
like when I was growing up. At
Right,
least I don't
right.
remember.
Yeah,
I could
right.
be wrong. So like I grew up just like listening to everything. But like mostly like a lot of East Coast like New York sort of boom bap like that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's
I
kind
got
of
you.
like what formed my style, I'd say, more
got
than
you.
anything. Word. So like do you like as Atlanta natives, like there's not anything particular, like you're not just checking for Atlanta sounds. Like what do you feel like what were the sounds of the people who kind of like really develop or help you to develop your own style? Like who are you not and don't let's not make it about producers quite yet. Just like
Gotcha.
just artists in general. Like who do you feel like kind of informed your style a little bit?
Of course, I mean, I guess Kanye is both artist and producer. Kanye, Kendrick Lamar, even stuff that's not hip hop like Snarky Puppy is like
Snarky Puppy's so dope, yo. Like Jesus Christ, man. Like, yeah.
man, Snarky Puppy. Like we was listening to like with our mom. She used to listen to like Mint Condition. What's
Hell
that
yeah.
one band that Kanye sampled on Champion? Dang.
I know you're talking about. It's a rock song.
Yeah. You said what? Was it Def Punk? No, it's like an older band.
I don't
That
wanna,
I'm coming home again.
I want to say, is it Queen, yo? I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
not that song. Dang, what's that song?
Okay, I don't remember which one you
We'll
talking about.
just skip over it.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't want to pull out my phone and
Yeah,
Google it
yeah,
right
it's
now.
so
I want
good.
to, but I'm
But yeah, my mom, it's crazy because our mom was listening to it and then he was like, oh wait, Kanye West sampled that. So it's dope just to kind of see how stuff coming full circle. But yeah, like people like that. Yeah, so you listen to everything like Frank Ocean so
Hell yeah.
Phil Collins, like
Oh yeah, that was a
Yo, Phil Collins has a hood pass. He's good, yo. Like Phil Collins can come to the hood anytime. He's good,
chilling
yo.
with a bald head.
Yeah, he's good, yo. Like I fuck with Phil Collins a long way.
Yeah.
Phil, reach out, homie.
Yes, sir.
Love.
All love.
Word. So twins, man. It's. I don't want to just ask twin questions.
Oh, that's all good.
But I gotta ask twin questions because this is
I
kind of
feel
new.
Right.
Who started first? Which one of you started with this thing, or was it simultaneous?
So it kind of was simultaneous because it's like we started. Our dad, shout out to him, he does music too.
Yeah.
So he started us both off like playing drums. So it was if one of us was gonna do it, then he would bring the other one along. So
Right.
So I guess so we didn't feel like we was left out.
Yeah.
So. But I guess since I'm older, I started like I'm 2 minutes older than him, so I
You
guess
2
I
minutes
started
older?
2 minutes before him. but yeah, it was at the same time, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's awesome. What did you start with? What was your first piece of equipment? Your first DAW? Like, how did you get your first thoughts out?
So we actually started in Reasons when it was like I think Reasons 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
damn.
back in the
So,
day.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just started learning how to sequence and format. We never got to the back of Reasons to where you could like plug up and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that stuff was super confusing. But excuse me. But yeah, we started off at Reasons and just learning how to like program and all that stuff. Yeah. And then our dad actually had like I don't know if y'all know what the BR-1600 is.
No.
So it was. I don't even know how to explain
floppy
it.
disk, I think.
Yeah, they had floppy disks to put into it.
Okay,
Like,
wow.
Yeah, he took it back all the way there. But pretty much it would be like a multi-track like recording station.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
So we would do stuff in there too. So yeah.
Nah, that's hella cool, man.
So how do y'all put together y'all creative differences? Because I know
You
it's
get this
gotta
a
be.
lot?
Oh yeah, we just fight it
Yeah,
out.
we just fight it out.
Nah, I'm just
We're still breathing. That's what it gets. But now, I think like, so when we was younger, like our mom would be at work when we get home, so we was always together, like
Right.
by ourselves. So that's when we kind of got to know each other. So most of the time, so I'm the younger brother, I used to like mess with him until he like, you know what I'm saying, we started
Right.
fighting or something. And so that's when we got all our like aggression out. So
Right.
now it's like, let's say if he had an idea like, hey, I want to do the drums like this, I'll let him get it out first, and then if we both agree, we're like, oh yeah, that's trash.
Yeah.
We'll scratch it instead of just
And then
being
you
like,
just like, instead of making
so-
it difficult.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like a compromise type thing, just letting each other get they join off and then just go from there.
Nice.
I love that. Do you like? Would you say that you find yourself like collaborating more with each other, or do you find yourself like in your own individual corners creating, or like how does that? Like which do you do more of? Do you feel like?
So it's mainly like together. Like it's times where like, so since we have like different work schedules now and like I guess separate lives, as you could say, sometimes he'll start on something and then he won't even be in the room and I'll like finish it.
Yeah.
So I guess those are our moments of just like being by ourselves as far as creating. But for the most part, we try to include each other in everything.
Nah,
and
that's
make it, like,
cool.
a collaborative effort. So
That's hella cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with collaboration, right? Like that hasn't always been, because like when it's just me, like I call the shots, right?
Yeah, I feel
It's
it.
like this is what it's gonna be, right? And then another thing is like I think that collaborative like energy is not, it doesn't always match with everybody. Like you find people where you like, yeah, this is right. I like collabing with this person. Like I've collabed with there's probably like 3 dudes that I collab with on beats.
Yeah.
I never question it. Always feels right. Sorry. There are some people that I collab with where it always feels right, and then there are some people that it's just like we're wasting our time. We're gonna keep trying, like you know
It's
what I
not a
mean?
fit, yeah.
It's not a fit. So I think it's really dope when you can find somebody that you can collab with, because like having those outside ideas and influences kind of like it shapes things a little better to me, right? Yeah. It weeds out bullshit and it like kind of inspires or challenges you because somebody's watching. And not only is somebody watching, it's just like just having somebody like who knows how to do something different than I know how to do is kind of
Right,
cool.
I think that's the best thing about collabing. Like, I think some people try to collab with the person that has the same sound as them. It's like, bro,
That's
like,
not that's
y'all
not
gonna
it.
play.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Word. So which of the two of you feel like there's like is there somebody who kind of like leads the way, or do you both kind of?
I think. Oh my bad. I think I'm better with drum patterns per se, and he's like
We're gonna
crazy
fight about
with-
it later. So.
Yeah, we fight about it. Yeah, he's crazy. He's more strong with like melodic, like the melodic side. But I mean, it wavers, but like yeah. So I mean,
And that just comes from like, cause we did like band and stuff when we was in middle school and high school.
Nice.
So even though we both started off on drums, like once we got to middle, once we got to middle school and high school, I picked up the trumpet, and then he stuck with percussion.
Hell yeah.
So I just wanted to see like a different side of the music.
Right.
So I think that's where that comes from, in the sense of like him understanding like percussive instruments on a different level, and then me being able to hear like melodic instruments on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Just from doing band and stuff. So that's where that comes from.
yeah.
So do like playing instruments in the past play a major role in?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I know one producer, Austin Dallas, or Dallas Austin. Yeah, I'm tripping. I know he was like heavy in the band and stuff like that, and he gives back as well. So just from hearing that, and I was like, man, that's definitely a very major like impact when you coming up with things and understanding just the musicality behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So like my process or my techniques, like they vary, but they are all like there's like a pattern for, like there's different patterns.
Yeah.
But they're all like this. It's just like certain ways that I do shit. Even when it's different, like it all like kind of relates to like I have a set way of doing things.
I got you.
For you guys, this is a question that we ask like a lot of people on the show. Really important. I really want to know from you guys especially, because it's 2 of you. Drums first or nah?
It depends.
It depends. Like, cause like it could be like a thing of like, let's say like I'm at work and y'all know we all like record, like you'll record something on your phone. Like let's say you get a melody in your head.
Right.
I might start with that, but I don't know. I'll probably say drums first. Yeah, for me.
Drums first?
Yeah, for me, cause it kind of creates that bounce, and then you just record around that or make around that. But yeah, drums first for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just go ahead and go with drums, but like he said, we kind of go in between. You know what I'm saying?
You find yeah, I'm sure it bounces back and forth. It's
but,
not always
but
the same
drums,
thing.
because they get a feel like the bounce and the swing or whatever.
Yeah.
So
All right. It's been interesting where I feel like we're like building like this database of like, because you listen to these people's beats and every single producer on the show we've asked them drums first, right? And everybody has a different answer. And it's like you start to like you find patterns in like the people who use drums first. Like there's like some certain distinct. There's like distinctive things that happen from people who use drums first. I feel like that's just not like. It's not that way with everybody, but like people who typically use drums first, like they have like a distinctive, like that's you. Like I can tell like this is your beat. I can't mistake that for somebody else's beat.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
like, it's a cool thing. Word.
So do y'all feel like y'all have like a sound that people know that this is this is our shit, that people know when this beat come on, they're gonna know we made this? Like,
no, to be honest, not really. Just because like growing up, we just didn't listen to like hip hop pretty much. Like we didn't really get into hip hop until we was like older, because we grew up in like the church and stuff. So like our parents wasn't strict, but we just didn't.
We weren't exposed.
We weren't really exposed, and then we really I guess didn't have the ear for it. As like a younger kid, you know what I'm saying? So the ideas and concepts we didn't really like grasp them so finally. But yeah, we grew up, like he said, listening to Phil Collins and all that stuff. So drums and stuff like that, that's where we got like we understood like, oh, these, how to use big drums in a song and stuff like that. Just listen to stuff like that, or like Motown type stuff. So yeah, being that we had like so many different influences, like our sound kind of goes in different type of directions.
So are you like for your particular creative style, are you guys like more like sample driven? Are you more original with like what you do? Do you prefer to play things out? Like what do you lean towards a little bit more?
All of it.
Yeah, it's all of it really. We kind of like to keep like an open playing field. So I know, like, when we start getting into sampling, like, that joint it's just fun, like, especially when you find the perfect, and like, the specific section. Once it hit, you be like, I gotta grab that. And then once you get into that, and then, it's a beautiful feeling once you finish it and listen to it. So, we just try to keep it open.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like, so one of the things that I find the most amazing about like sampling is like this is never ending world.
Right.
Literally.
Exactly.
Like, bro, like there's so much shit we haven't discovered we don't know that like we're gonna run into. Like and then the other beautiful thing about that is that like if you put 5 of us in a room and you have us all sample the same thing, it's not gonna sound the same. I love it. I think that's amazing, Like I think that's like one of the most amazing things about like being a creative.
Yeah, and just the art of it too, just from because I had to go back and listen to it. But Common's album is a B, right?
Yeah, I love that album.
Yeah, so
I was listening to that yesterday,
bro. Like the stuff that Kanye did on there. I know I bring Kanye up a lot, but that's one of my favorites. But just the words with the sample, like how they played off of the samples and the words, like so it gave me like an understanding of how to use it in a different way too. You know what I'm saying? So just that beauty too.
Word. Hell yeah. So one of the questions that we do like to ask people, we definitely want to know about like your influences as far as like production goes, right? So between the two of you, like let's say you have a Mount Rushmore of producers, right? And you got to put 4 or 5 people up on that Mount Rushmore, excluding Dilla, because we're just gonna acknowledge Dilla off the rip. We're just gonna acknowledge him off the rip.
He'll be in the vote behind the.
Yes. Do you guys have a Mount Rushmore of just music producers who you feel like? Obviously Kanye. Obviously Kanye. Like you, and please speak on Kanye and everything. Just tell us about your Mount Rushmore and why.
Okay. For me, it would be, of course, Kanye West, Timberland. I'm trying not to give a whole bunch of. I don't even say they old, but I'm trying to keep it.
It's all good.
Trying to keep it. Dang, what am I forgetting? No ID.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I gotta throw Pharrell in there. I can't name them all.
Hey, man, that's a
solid
lineup right there.
Man.
Are you influenced by the like? Do you guys feel like you're influenced by the same things?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Word. Nah, that's dope as fuck. Like, do you? This is just random twin questions because like we're gonna come back to random.
Here we go. It's all good.
Do you guys feel like you like like complete or finish each other's thoughts? Like when it comes to creativity, or is there like these like separate identities?
It's weird. Like sometimes, well, most of the time when we like producing, because we do a thing called bespoke like sessions for artists. So we'll build a beat from like the ground up with them there, and then we'll try to form a song. We got enough time. But it'll be weird. Like let's say if he start like on some chords, I'll be like, okay, I know where you're going. Yeah. And we'll just it's kind of like a tug of war till we get to like the destination type thing. So
that's hella
it's
cool,
it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty fun.
That's hella cool, bro. Yeah, that's super dope, yo. Like, that's dope as fuck, man. I can't imagine, like me being me, man. Like I said, there's like there's a handful of people I could create with, but there's a handful of people I'm like, the fuck you talking about? What's wrong? Ain't nothing wrong with my drums, man. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Fuck out, yo. Get out my session, right? Like I've got to work on that.
Yeah, I was watching the interview you did with DJ Redhead.
Yeah,
and you was saying, I guess somebody was telling you to speed the drums of a song.
It's like what? It's like yo, like I swear to God. So one of my best friends in the world, my right hand man, who is gonna be the best man at my wedding. He does not like my music. Right?
He told you that? Like,
yeah, I understand him. He just like he is very like mainstream driven.
Right?
So like when he hears my music, he can't see any potential. He doesn't identify with it. And I try to play like all these underground artists who I'm loving, like, see, like this is what Odyssey does, or this is what Mind Design does. And he's like, I don't give a fuck about none of this. Like Jada and Fab. And I'm like, man, like, so it's just like having that conversation with him is like extremely difficult. Because like if I think that sometimes if you're not mind strong enough to believe in your own shit, like there's a bunch of people that are ready to tell you that your shit is not ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm grateful. It's difficult. Because like I do believe in the power of collaboration, but at the same time, like I feel like I always want to stand in a space where I'm confident about my work on my own first. Right. So collaborations have been a little bit difficult, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Understand.
Yeah, word.
And I mean, it's we've known each other all our lives, so it's easy.
That's a little bit different. Like
because I feel like sometimes when collaborating, people don't understand that it's deeper than just linking up and making art. Like,
right.
You got two different personalities, you know what I'm saying? Two different ways of doing something. So, like, if I'm just locked in on how I do it, like, maybe I want to do chords first, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe you want to do drums first. And it's like, well, dang, who going to do it first? So, it's like having this, like, selfless mindset behind it. And,
It's always easier when you don't think about yourself in the process or think about what you're trying to achieve, and you just, like, try to contribute whatever it is that you have that's dope. And, like, that's been, like, my way of collaborating because... And I think it's kind of easier when you like are not attached to the end result. Like if you're attached if you're too attached to the end result, I mean, like I think being attached to the end result, you should just bank on like, okay, I have a feeling that I know what's dope to contribute.
Right.
Instead of like I want to control this thing. Right. Yeah. Like I know that I can put on like this bass line that's dope because I fuck with bass lines. Or like you know that your drums are crazy. So just bank on that. And like whatever chords they do, don't try to control.
Right.
Like that's where things get a little bit weird.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's good. Yeah.
And it's been, I mean, since I'm the older brother, like it's been times where I'll be like I want to take control of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to fight about it later.
We're going to fight about it later. I love it,
but no, for real, like I would want to take control, but I got to tell myself like, hey, just let him get it out. And then, sometimes it's good. Sometimes,
it's like a Soulja Boy drum loop, then it's going to have to get it out.
Word. Nah, no doubt. All right, so a couple more questions. We're not going to keep you guys too much longer. What do you guys have in the works? Anything that you're particularly proud about or you feel good about? Like, what do you guys have coming up?
Oh, yeah. So we just recently dropped a 3-song EP entitled Abrezami. It's pretty much about, like, the steps of, like, a relationship with a significant other. We singing on it a little bit. So,
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Test that a little bit.
I was about to ask. So, are y'all... do y'all rap and sing too, or you just focus on?
So we can do it, but we just don't
we're not
promote
trying
it like
pursue
that.
that.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
but yeah.
So you do like reference tracks, and maybe you want to like write for people. And
Yeah,
for
sure.
Yeah.
So we got that, and then we just dropped a single with a local artist named Samaya.
It's
called Yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So y'all go check that out, and then we got this other project coming out. it's been a little stifled due to the like coronavirus and all that stuff. But we still pushing to put it out so soon. So yeah, man.
Hell yeah. We'll keep our eyes open for sure.
Appreciate it.
And last question, man. Like, tell everybody where we can find you, how we can follow you, where your music's at, your social media, everything.
Yeah, so you can find us on everything. DopeNorTeria, DopeNorTeria. And yeah, pretty much. And then you can find us on all streaming platforms under that name too.
All right, bet, man. Bet.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys here.
Thank y'all, man. Thank
Word.
y'all.
We're going to have to get you some more of that beautiful sour beer that you had to
that
change your
joint
life.
was amazing.
Word. If anything, man, anything that we have coming up in the future, we're going to reach out to you guys.
Most definitely. Let us know.
All love, man.
Word. Much love. Y'all keep it locked. We're going to get into this 20-minute beat set from these guys. I promise you that this is going to be fire. This is Beats, Brews, and Life.
DopeNorTeria.
Summers and wave runners, chains on my niggas like slave runners, drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit? My brick talk is more than obvious, it's ominous. Garage is the phantom, ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk, the collection, I'm Dennis Rodman. The money count is the only moment of silence, cause hush money balances all this drugs and violence. Hat trick under my mattress, date I stop steal has an asterisk after it. After all, I can make a call, I can baptize a brick as I wash away my sins like a Catholic. Who the fuck ain't mastered this? America's nightmares in Flint. Children of a lesser God when your melanin's got a tint. And I can't even mention what I sent or what I spent, cause my name in 18-wheelers is evidence. I put my ooze in them cruise collections. Life's a bitch, A to Z on her shoe collection. Take your pick, paid in full like 86. G's on my body, the new Gucci has less monogram. God's got him. Left he without sin, cast the first stone. So I built that all glass quad level first home. Shatter all of your misconceptions, hold all of the missing weapons. You thought I would miss my blessing, the ultimate misdirection.
tomorrow. I'm hoping that I can borrow a peace of mind. I'm behind on what's really important. My mind is really distorted. I find nothing but trouble in my life. I'm fortunate you believe in a dream. This orphanage we call a ghetto is quite a routine. And last night was just another distraction or a reaction of what we consider madness. I know exactly what happened. You ran outside when you heard my brother cry for help. Held him like a newborn baby and made him feel like everything was alright in a fight. He tried to put up with the type of bullet that stuck. Had went against his will. That's blood spill on your hands. My plan's rather vindictive. Everybody's a victim in my eyes. When I ride, it's a murderous rhythm. And outside became pitch black. A demon glued to my back, whispering, get him, I got him, and I ain't give a fuck. That same mentality I told my brother not to duck. In actuality, it's a trip how we trip off of colors. I wonder if I ever discover a passion like you and recover the life that I knew as a youngin' in pajamas and thunder guns. When thunder comes, it rains cats and dogs, dumb dogs. Niggas like me never prosper. Prognosis of a problem child. I'm proud and well devoted. This power rule shit been in me forever. So forever, I'ma push it wherever, whenever. And I love you cause you love my brother like you did. Just promise me you tell this story when you make it big. And if I die before your album drop, Hail Mary, the marijuana times is hard. Pray with the hooligan, shadows all in the dark. Fellowship with demons and relatives, I'm a star. Life is one funny motherfucker. A true comedian, you gotta love him. You gotta trust him. I might be bugging. Infomercials and no sleep. Introverted by my thoughts. Children listen, it gets deep. See, once upon a time inside the niggas and garden projects, the object was the process and digest poverty's dialect. Adaptation inevitable. Gun violence, crack spot, federal policies, rape builders and drug professionals. Anthony was the oldest of 7. Well respected, calm and collected. Laughing and joking made life easier. Hard times, mama on crack. A 4-year-old telling his nanny he needed her. His family history, pimping and banking. He was meant to be dangerous. Clacked him a grip and start slanking. 15 scraping up his jeans with quarter pieces. Even got some hair from a smoker last weekend. Dodging police been working for his brick on me. Small time hustler graduated to a brick on him. $10,000 out of for project housing. That's on the daily. Seen his first meal, 20 years old. Had a couple of babies. Had a couple of shooters. Caught a murder case. Fingerprints on the gun, they assuming, but witnesses couldn't prove it. That was back when he turned his back and they killed his cousin. He beat the case and went back to hustling. Bird shuffling, Anthony rang. The first in the projects with the two-tone Mustang. That 5.0 thing. They say 5-0 came. Circling parking lots and parking spots and hopping out while harassing the corner blocks.
do it for the gram, I do it for content. I'm willing to die for this shit, nigga. I take your fucking lives for this shit, nigga. We ain't going back to broke, family selling dope. That's why you many ass rap niggas better know. If I gotta slap a pussy ass nigga, I'ma make it look sexy. If I gotta go hard on the bench, I'ma make it look sexy. Like pull up, hop out, air out, make it look sexy. They won't take me out my element, nah, take me out my logic, man. Bitch nigga, ayy, an imaginary rich nigga, ayy. 7 figures, how that slimmer than my bitch figure, ayy. Going digital and physical and all y'all, ayy. Bunch of criminals and money in my phone calls. Be okay, we let the A1 relocate, jump on the same Jeep. Make it for me heavy, cause I go, yeah. They never been ready, yeah, I know, yeah. 100K spread across the flow, yeah. None of y'all fucking with the flow, yeah. Years in the making, they don't y'all mistake it. I got them by a landslide, we talking about races. You know there's never be a tie, just look at they laces. You know careers take off, just gotta be patient. Mr. 1 through 5, that's the only logic. Fake my death, go to Cuba.
I like to get to know ya so I can show ya. Put a hurtin' on ya like I told ya. Give me all your numbers so I can phone ya. Your girl actin' stink, then call me over. Not on the bed, lay me on your sofa. Call before you come, I need to shave my cha-cha. You do or you don't know you will, I won't cha. Go downtown and eat it like a vulture. See my hips, big hips, so cha. See my butts and my lips, don't cha. Lost a few pounds in my waist, oh yeah. This the kind of beat that go ba-ta-ta. Ba-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Sex me so good I say blah, blah, blah. Work it, I need a glass of water. Boy, oh boy, it's good to know ya. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, number. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, number. If you got a big, let me search it. To find out how hard I gotta work, yeah. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, number. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, number. If you a fly gal, get your nails done. Get a pedicure, get your hair did. Boy, lift it up, let's make a toaster. Let's get drunk, it's gonna bring us closer. Don't I look like a Holly Berry poster? See the Belvedere playing tricks on ya. Girlfriend wanna be like me, never. You won't find a chick that's even better. I make you hot as Las Vegas weather. Listen up close while I take it backwards. Okay, up against the gal, listen me with you. I'm not a prostitute, but I can give you what you want. I love your braids and your mouth full of phones. You love the way my butt boom, 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 boom. Keep your eyes on my boom, 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 boom. You think you can handle this? Ka-dunk, ka-dunk, dunk. Take my thumb off and my tail go boom. Cut the lights on so you see what I can do. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, 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 yeah. Let me search it to find out how hard I gotta work, yeah. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, yeah. It's your primitive, it's bad, yeah, yeah, yeah.
really feel me? Feel us. East Coast feel me? Feel us. West Coast feel me? Say what? Here we go. Can y'all really feel me? Baby girl. East Coast feel me? West Coast feel me?
Beats, brews, and life.